Huh?
There are people walking.
Oh.
Jeffrey Newland and Jasmine Vong take a stroll at a park as they count down the days to their wedding. They both attended Roosevelt High School in Des Moines and later the University of Iowa. But their upcoming wedding has a layer of intrigue that could only happen here.
When people ask how Jasmine and I met, I always she doesn't like this as much as I do, but I say my grandfather introduced us, indirectly, of course, but he's the real matchmaker there.
Jeffrey is the grandson of the late Governor Ray, and Jasmine is the daughter of a woman who was on the very first flight bringing the Ty Dam refugees to Iowa.
Walk down by the water.
Their walk is through Robert D. Ray Asian Garden, which pays tribute to the 5-term governor and the refugees he helped bring to Iowa.
This is the winner.
One of the plaques at the garden tells the story of the Ty Dam people arriving in our state.
My mom was part of the first group of the 350 of the Ty Dam people that arrived in 1975.
It was October of 1975 when that first group arrived. Before then, Ty Dam refugees had sent letters to 30 U.S. governors asking them to open their states to refugees. Governor Ray was the only one to say yes.
These are human beings just like you and me.
His was a legacy of compassion.
We have had a great history and a heritage of opening our arms and our hearts and our homes to other people who are in distress. And here we have a great opportunity to do something very, very specific to help other people.
One way the Ty Dam community has showed its thanks for that help is staying in Iowa and making it home.
It's crazy to think about how if he didn't do that, we wouldn't have met.
Though the couple now understand the history behind their relationship, it wasn't always that way.
I knew bits and pieces. Honestly, until I met Jasmine and intertwined with her aunts and uncles and grandparents, I dug a little deeper and looked back at the history, and there's pictures of Jasmine's sister with my grandfather, 20 years ago.
I kind of told her, yeah, Jeff.
For Jasmine, it took a conversation with her mom while sitting in a car to really process it.
And she kind of said to me, do you know who Jeff is? And I'm like, no, not really. I mean, a friend from high school. And she kind of got into the history of how Governor Ray brought the Ty Dam and allowed them to relocate here and start new lives.
Next year, Jeffrey and Jasmine will start their new lives, and they're getting married in a place that couldn't be more fitting, along Robert D. Ray Drive.
The wedding being on this street in Des Moines, and I can't think of a better setting. The overlapping of the families just started here, and it's going to end up here too, so it's pretty cool.
Something really come into full circle.
Full circle for sure, yeah.
That's what we like to say a lot.